wake on up. I'ma get my bag. I'ma bust a nut. I'ma blow that bag. Don't regret that shit. I'ma text my bitch. We gon' cry a bit. We don't give a shit. Big game ass.
Hello, hello. What's up, guys? Back. And skip na tayo sa day 3 and 4. Muna na tayo sa magandang backseat game today. We're gonna watch the knockout between Impunity and Blacklist. Blacklist and Impunity. So, set up lang natin. Okay. So, start.
Box in your opponents, and then you follow up with the Unbridled Outburst. Basically, they will from the rest of the team.
But my concern is always back to this Charlotte. I understand that it's not a main on the Mayan were banned out, but the Charlotte is kind of underwhelming. I mean, it has a what? In 6 games, it's only won twice. It has the potential to do well, but I just feel like it's really been overshadowed lately by all the other Clash laners, which are much better.
Yeah, and if we gotta think about it, like, what is the Charlotte going to be for, right? So I guess what they have in mind is that the Charlotte is to try to deal with the Arlie and also maybe even the Princess Frost. If not, they would have been out of options of which other Clash laner is able to play that front to back sort of strategy. So the going down the charts, they probably thought that okay, Charlotte is the next best hero.
Okay. No, I mean, sometimes you're not allowed to pick the hero that you want. I'm sure that the Dharma, the Mayan, were probably a better synergized hero for this draft, but unfortunately it was banned out, and they're kind of left playing with this one. But now that we know the hero picks, it looks like they're going to be locking into game 1 soon. But who do you give the edge to in this first game with just drafts alone?
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna be like bland to sit on the fence. I'm gonna pick a side just to answer the question. I do see both sides having their own advantages and disadvantages, but I do like Blacklist International with just the fact that they have a good combination, right? And I've talked about like them picking out the Lampo. They put that as the last pick. So you have the Lampo, you have the Ganyu with the heroic charge. Perfect.
Enemy minions
Yeah,
will
perfect.
arrive in
And I like it.
30 seconds.
I do agree with you. I actually, for the first time, I think that this is the first time we've ever agreed on anything. But I do like the draft of Blacklist International. This is a very strong one. Whenever you see Just G on that Ogren, you do got to give him respect. And then Golden Kite on the Arlie, he's going to finesse them around.
Oh, wow. Lots of heroes on the mid lane as a start. Okay, that's going to be interesting just to put a bit more pressure on the mid, but immediately Guanyu moves to the top. You can't leave the top open for the Charlotte, so that's going to be a natural movement for him.
Yeah, lane, like, they just wanted to get Golden Kite a quick level 2. He's done so. Now they're going to make their way to the bottom lane and put a little bit of pressure onto Up here, who just hit level 2 himself. So this is going to be an interesting lane swap. Blacklist International had a little, intel, right? They wanted to kind of put a little pressure on that mid lane first. And now Xiaolin has been backed off, taking liberties. Flash away by Golden Kite will keep him alive.
Yeah, Xiaolin making this rotation. It's okay. I don't think you expect to get much out of it. It is just more of like, okay, you play 3, we play 3. And plus I shoved out the waves quickly, so that's why I made the rotation to bottom, which is fine.
Yeah, and you're also probably wondering why Dragon made his way bottom. It's because, again, they're trying to give Just G as much farm as possible, right? So they're giving up the mid lane to him, letting him make his rotations as a timing play so that he gets as much farm as possible. Dragon now putting a little bit of pressure on that top lane. So Blacklist International trying to be aggressive, trying to make it a little uncomfortable for Impunity here.
And Blacklist definitely not making it comfortable. They want to try to steal away this minion, and they got it. So yeah, one stolen away. That gives her a bit of an edge when it comes to the gold part.
Yeah, and again, it's just like whenever teams get the Ogre in, they just force feed him as much as possible, give him as much farm, and he'll just happily take things. And even invading, that's not the easiest things to have done, but it kind of was set up by the fact that Dragon was rotating, put a little bit of pressure on. X0 was not comfortable, even gave up, backed off, realizing that the numbers advantage was just way too high in favor of Blacklist.
Right, so I don't expect much more pressure from both sides right now because both sides will want to prepare for the first Tyrant. If they're able to find a chance, great. As much as we can see here at the bottom lane, it's just going to be more of a poking scenario just because you have a Zhang on one side and a Lampo on the other side.
Yeah, they're going to kind of equalize on those two. But if you're looking at what Xiaolin is doing, he's putting a lot of pressure. They're forcing 3 in the bottom lane, right? They're okay with giving Ashing that farm, kind of trying to equalize what Justin is doing and getting that free mid lane here. So they're going to put, kind of equalize, try to let the junglers control this game.
And right now we can see a rotation from the mid. Dragon's actually moving to the bottom. But again, both sides really respecting each other. It's unlike like the series that we've seen before this, where one side truly wants to dominate for the get-go. But looking at how this game is being played right now, I wouldn't be surprised if we even see the first split at like 8 or 9 minutes.
Okay. For the sake of a TV drama, I don't want to see first blood at 8 or 9 minutes. I want to see some action now. I want to see some kills. But I do understand what you're saying. Both of these teams are playing very cagey. They're kind of playing very defensive. Nobody wants to make that first mistake. Yes, it's a best of 7, but at the same time, there's still a feeling out process, especially early.
Dude, I'm okay for delayed gratification, right? I'm just saying. But we might.
I'm not.
It is not. Okay, calm down. Okay, calm down. We need to learn to be patient. But
Are you my mom?
I couldn't wear makeup the last time. Maybe not. All right.
But no, I get it. And I think that it's both of these teams are going to play safe, right? Nobody wants to make that first mistake, especially with this Tyrant just spawning now at the 4-minute mark. Ashing is making his way around, does spot it out, and it looks like they're going to commit a little bit more. A little bit different from what we saw in that last series, where teams were really not willing to go, but they're taking liberties, pushing him back. Justy getting low, he's going to give up first blood. Ashing will get credit for this one, and it looks like they're going to back off. The winner is here, and Ashing is going to take most of this, going to stick around. Blacklist International, though, to realize that the Tyrant, yeah, Justy's down, but the Tyrant's still there, and they're going to just back off now.
Yeah, they don't have Jashi. They are going up against a double smite. They probably want to let this Tyrant go for now, but they don't want to let this buff go. Oh, they have to.
Yeah, okay. And they're going to back off here on this one. It was very smart, right? They didn't have to force the Tyrant. It might have been a little risky, but instead they take the blue buff as well as the Tyrant, and that's going to further compound that lead. They've grown it to about 1k at this stage.
Yeah, that's a nice cherry on top, right? So the blue buff with the Tyrant, and they still have one more smite to go. But of course, with Barnes, you don't want to overly commit onto the Overlord, so you just want to go back to farming. Now, looking back at the replay of how this was executed, I just want to put focus on how they got that pick off and the positioning of Jushi. He got caught by spreading out. It was probably not his idea, but you must remember he's the smite holder. So at that kind of stage, you don't want to be the one to absorb the damage.
So one thing that Justin needs to do a better job of, and he's just got to respect Xiaolin's Yixing, right? The fact that he can, use that taking liberties, pulling people away, then you have the world as my board. It's not so easy to get away when you're kind of tethered to them, so to speak. So this is a situation where he needs to be super careful, play a little bit more reserved, and not be that frontliner that you typically see from those Auguries.
And there's going to be another attempt by Blacklist International to try to take back their jungle. And they have to, right? Because we've seen multiple times that if one team is setting the rhythm, the other team is having a hard time getting out of it. But so far, Blacklist has tried.
Persia Prison, they've got him knocked up. They got the kill. Ashing got caught out. What a nice little setup by Blacklist. But it did take all 5 of them to get the pick off. But all in all, that was worth it.
Yeah, it was worth it, right? Because you want to set back the pace to yourself. And plus, they got the jungler. So I would say that it is worth it. Without the jungler, even if they want to go for the Overlord, they can't. So it was a good move there by Blacklist.
Yeah, very good move. I mean, Ashing down for he was down for like 10 seconds or whatever for that that cooldown timer for the respawn. But Joshi, level advantage, something to take note of, right? He's been consistently farming after that early death. He's bounced back quite well. He's definitely putting this team in a position to win, and they're still forcing it down, trying to get Justy as much farm as possible, as he has the second highest, only to Golden. Oh, sorry, third highest.
I'm looking away at some of the items, right? So Jamie is going to build into the blazing cape, so that will give him much more durability. At the same time, he can do split pushing because the blazing cape does damage to the minions as he moves across them. So that could give them an extra option in case they're not able to win easily.
Yeah, but look, if I'm going to speak honestly about Chammy, is that this dude wins team fights. Okay, sometimes he does it as a team, but sometimes he does it solo, but the guy is on point. He's been so good at finding the right angles to attack from. Like, you get caught out so many times. And this is why he's so scary on this Guan Yu. He can reposition you at a moment's notice, and he can do it from the wings where people don't really expect it. They kind of lose track. But if you're an Impunity fan or coach, you gotta let the team know that, hey, where is Chammy 1 at all points?
Yeah, and that's probably going to be their win condition, right? Like if he's able to get a good flank with the heroic charge, disposition the opponents, then follow up by Chaz with the thermal smash, it will be a perfect scenario for them. But so far we haven't seen like Impunity really grouped up for that opportunity to happen, right? So Blacklist, they still need to find it. While they're finding it, of course, just focus on the power.
Yeah. I mean, right now it's still very early. It's 8 minutes in. You were talking about the fact that we would get a kill just at the 9-minute mark. It's kind of been like that game where teams really haven't, over pursued or gotten out of position. Yes, it's 1-1, but it's still a situation where, again, these teams are very cagey, very defensive. Nobody wants to give an inch, and they're playing just for the late game.
Well, maybe Chaz might want to try to steal this. He is alone though, so yeah, it's more of just scouting out to overcommit. Potential mid-fight, not really, just because of how spread out Blacklist is just.
Yeah, but with that winners here, it's a little bit on the more defensive side. I thought it'd be a little bit more aggressive than Chammy 1. Might have gone for that push in, that Razor Cavalry on the back. But oh, they're looking to go. X0, he gets gone on. He gets sliced and diced by that motorcycle. And it looks like Chammy 1 will get credit for that kill.
Oh, good communication there by Blacklist. They probably told themselves like, okay, the tower is going to go down. There is X-Hero still there. Come in, boys. But speaking of coming in, they might come in onto Impunity. But Impunity, knowing that they don't have the manpower, they back off immediately.
Yeah, no manpower. I mean, the minions were going to be taken care of. They have the wave clear. But Golden Kite? Yeah, no manpower. I mean, the minions were going to be taken care of. They have the wave clear. But Golden Kite, he's going to make use of that space. That top T2 taking a lot of damage as he gets that for essentially free. But one thing to take note of, Chammy 1, they have 2 kills on that team, both of them owned by Chammy.
I love Chaz's position, right? Like he stood away from Lady Sun and he opened up the jungle so that he knows that if anyone would come by to try to backstab him, allowing him that confidence to just push on.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. I mean, the vision score, both of these roamers, very good, Megumi and Chaz, of just kind of finding where the enemy team is, being that forward scout is going to be very important here. But this Shadow Overlord they thought about it, but then they were like, hey, actually, where's Chammy? We got to be a little bit careful with this going in.
They do have double spikes though, so they can still do it, but like what you say, right? Chammy is the one giving them that psychological damage. It's like, can we go in? Can we not? Mom, can we? But mom says no, so okay. Just be disciplined, and they don't really need to force it.
Yeah, they don't need to force it, but at the same time, they don't need to listen to mom. They are grown men. They can do whatever they want. I'm sorry, that was a personal thing, but I'm sure you felt that. But Shaolin, oh, he's taking so much damage. Oh, he's been knocked out, but he's gotten killed. Oh, excuse me, he did somehow survive. I'm sorry.
Okay, what's happening at the back here? So that's X-Hero. Maybe he tried to find an opportunity to sneak in, but the opponent disengaged, so no chance for him yet. And still we have not seen a really good heroic charge.
Yeah, we haven't seen one just yet, because again, they've kind of spotted him out. They understand roughly where Chammy's going to be, so that they haven't overcommitted. They haven't really stuck together. X0 now in a bad spot. He needs to be a little careful, as 3 members of Blacklist are going to be there. They have the Wind Slash. The Tyrant is about half-life already. Ashing still up in front, spots it out. It hasn't gone back in the cave. They're looking to go for this one, and it looks like Jushi's trying to get the connection, the Wind Slash, and it looks like Ashing is going to be the first to fall. Chaz with that nice burst brand, the Unbridled Outburst, pushing them away. They're taking liberties, not going to hit onto Chammy. They still have 4 members. They're continuing on. 5 members from Blacklist International, but Golden Kite finally does go down.
Whoa,
It looks like they've got the power gradation on the backside. X0 do some decent work, but Jushi's going to be killed. Gets that double as he finds Chammy as well. 3 members down, and Impunity right now finding kills and finding opportunity.
And Impunity, they were close to getting an ace. Look how low Dragon and Chaz was at some point. Man, that was crazy. But great engagement there with the unbridled outburst from Impunity, getting those kills in, pushing the others away, and now they will get a freebie in the name of
Dark
Vibrant.
Tyrant has been
I mean, when you've gotten 3 kills, it's hardly a freebie. I think you've earned it at this point. It was gonna. I thought it looked bad because Ashin kind of died, but he was still up in front, and he was taking up so many of these cards. Look at his positioning, all the way there, kind of gets blown up. Golden Kite gets that kill, but then once Golden Kite falls, it's really tough to kind of continue on with this fight here. Shaolin backs off here, and then that power gradation was so on point with that stampede from that unbridled outburst on Megumi. Really well played by Peter.
And I also want to point out the fact that X0 was in a dream position, like from the side, dealing not only psychological damage, but also coming in at the right timing. And that is a position that actually Chammy wants to get, but because of the presence of X0, he can't get the sort of dream position.
Yeah, hasn't been able to get that as of yet. But I mean, X-Hero really showing up. Oh, here we go. The world is my board. We're going to continue the Tremor Smash. It's just going to zone more than anything else. Chaz now on the run with that winner is here. We'll slow things down. Impunity will just figure out, they'll just stick to the mid lane instead. Put a little pressure on this one.
Blue team
Tower
has destroyed
could
a
be free
tower.
for Impunity. Again, job done, right? Like what you mentioned earlier on. The whole idea is to zone, and that's about it. You don't really need to force the kills, but if you see an opportunity, why not? It could be one coming up
Blue
soon.
team has
It could
destroyed
be an
a
opportunity
tower.
here. And I mean, Up doing a good job of taking down those towers, using that space, whatever's given. Now Blacklist International on the defensive, down about 6K. That is definitely sizable at this 13-minute stage. They're going to put pressure on the top
Blue
T2.
team
Blacklist
has
International
destroyed a
really
tower.
cannot fight at this stage.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the win condition right now, right? Their only main damage dealer is going to be Golden Kite. Last we saw Jammy's item, he went for a tank item. Maybe he'll go for a semi-tank. So that, again, leaves Golden Kite to be the main damage dealer. Yes, you have Dragon as the first damage dealer, but first damage require cooldown. So that could be their...
Oh,
but hey,
Dragon. Oh, Dragon's so close to getting blown up there. Oh, he's going to limp away, and now this could open things up for that Overlord. Chaz scouting things out. But again, I do like your point about how Golden Kite has to do most of the heavy lifting. They just haven't given Justy enough time to be that damage dealer, that sustaining tank that's out front. Yes, his gold is decent, but he's definitely in the lead. But again, he hasn't hit that critical mass just as of yet.
yeah, to answer that question, I'd like to see Jushi's item, but...
My board, the burst ram. Oh, Chaz not able to get away. He got locked in, and that's going to be another opportunity for Impunity here. It looks like they're going to go for the Overlord, or they're moving away around it, and they're going to start it now.
I guess because they know that, okay, they got Chaz, but it's not Jushi, so they just want to make sure that the parameter is secured. Okay, Jushi is no longer around. Now they go for the Overlord. No rush for them because they still have the manpower. And after getting Overlord, now it's about shoving up the waves, doing standard stuff, and just wait for the waves to just push in, and they will take down the T2.
Yeah, they're going to look to start sieging it here. Blacklist, again,
Blue team
behind.
has
If
destroyed
anything,
a
Chamy's
tower.
trying to buy some space, looking to split push, if anything. Just create a little bit of space. You are so far behind, 7K at the 15-minute mark. Tough situation to be in, but you got to find ways to breathe.
Okay, I'm looking at Jammy's position. That is the golden position. That's the position that he wants to be in. From the side, from the back, from the front, not being known by Impunity. And if you can get a good one, that could be it. But looking at Impunity's position, they have broken off, so no chance for Jammy yet.
Yeah, I get what you...
Okay, looking at the items, wala na. Cool item na. Si Up with the little tankiness. And si Arlie mag pure damage.
saying, and he was kind of off the map for some time. But I think that's again where your spider sense needs to be tingling if you're Impunity, right? They were like, okay, something is astray. We don't see Chammy on the map. He's not split pushing. We don't really know where he is, and that's kind of why they're like, actually, we shouldn't take any fights until we get that vision. Having that vision score, that map control, is key, right? Because you got to know where your enemy is to attack properly. And I think that they have done a good job of basically mitigating the potential damage that Chammy one can do at any time.
Okay, so I'm looking at the items, right? Both Jammy and Jushi going for tank items, so yes, heavy lifting is still Golden Kite. He has to be able to deal the damage. So if you're Impunity, you'll be thinking that, okay, looking at the items, it's only Golden Kite. If they're somehow able to take out Golden Kite, and that's going to be X-Zero's job, the fight is won.
Yeah, and I mean, Golden Kite, it's not a great situation because he's got 11K, Up has 14,000 in terms of net worth, right? So the damage that he's going to do with basically an extra item above Golden Kite, he's going to do that tremendous damage. And Justy's not going to feel safe because he wants to kind of, I mean, yeah, he's going to be able to take a couple hits here and there, but, you know, Up is going to do so much. But they're continuing on Justy, looking to go with Conductor of Souls, trying to turn this around. And it looks like Dragon's going to back off. He's going to be low. Ashing is low as well. And Chammy is now joined, but that mid T3 is getting whittled down. They don't have the minions. Okay, it doesn't really matter. They'll look to just take it down regardless.
Blue
And they do
team
take a
has
second
destroyed
T3.
a tower.
And you know what? While all that was happening at the bottom lane, both X-Zero and Jamie, they were playing tag behind. So because of that happening, Jamie cannot do his whole backstab thing, you know, with the Russian disposition and all that. So he was not put in a good position.
Yeah, look at how far he is. He's in the mid lane. He's looking for that flank attack, but they don't really want to go. They don't know when the proper commit. Jamie is looking to go for this one. He does go in for the heroic charge, and it looks like Megumi's going to spot this out. The Tremor Smash from Chaz is used. They didn't get really much. Impunity right now basically shrug off the attempted assault by Blacklist.
And now Blacklist International looks like their plan kind of failed. Jamie is still trying again, looking at him at the side, but the further they're pushing, the harder it is for Jamie to actually execute it.
Yeah, it's not going to be looking good. The bottom T3, the final Bastion, is going to be killed on this one. But it looks like X-Zero's still up in front. He gets the Leaping Saber from Megumi, keeping him alive. It's just going to be a matter of time before those super minions make their way across the river. We're just making their way there, but they're going to, Impunity are going to back off, regroup to go for that one final push.
Patience again by Impunity. They're not really forcing it yet. The fact that they don't have the minions, yeah, it's apparent that they need to retreat. And now they're just clearing off the...
And can we give props to Impunity here for just playing such a good macro game, understanding where the lanes are, pushing at the right time, and then taking the objectives and not giving up anything. I mean, yeah, you've died 3 times, but you played a very good game. Nice wind slash onto 2, connecting it here, but here's the winner is here with that pick inside my board. And they're looking to turn this to 1. Here we go. The Tremor Smash does actually connect, does a decent amount of work with that Conductor of Souls, but Megumi takes out Chaz. Golden Kite gets wind slash. They're going to continue on forward. Here's the secondary life. Golden Kite has been killed yet again. The double kill by X-Zero, and Justy now running for his life, trying to stay alive. He gets blown up. He gets a triple kill, X-Zero that is, and they get a team wipe, and Impunity will strike first, taking it to Blacklist International. They will take game 1.
Impunity, ladies and gentlemen, winning game number 1. And what I noticed that in the fight that he can use his heroic charge.
Series, when Nova was using it, they had like the Chang Fei, they had, you know, other heroes that could, I think that's the Blacklist side.
So looking at it, for take lamang in terms of style, pop Blacklist. So with Shoy and Mozi bot lane, they oppressive. So pop both si my Shoy and Mozi there. With a good wag masyado na mababa. Papasok si Sunset and si Mengi. Problem is, kalaban ang lineup ng kalaban is Milong, is si Out, Alim, and Ogren. So, mahirap yung mahirap ma-poke out. At the same time, kill. So, let's see if mananalo sila.
Okay, now you have the main. I think that. Look, whenever I see an Ogren, I'm always like, this is the favorite, right? This is like, if Ashing is able to get that farm, and he's able to just kind of take over, the sustain is going to be unreal. And I don't know if the Menki, ooh, wow, they're going to do some damage. Scorching barrage onto Dragon, who's about half life already. But just to finish my point, I think that there's going to be a lot of potential of, you know, this Ogren, Ashing. I think he has a lot of avenues of attack.
I heard, yeah. I also want to see what kind of build is he going to go for, right? That also really depends. If he goes in for a full tank build, then he's not going to deal as much damage as he would have wanted. Maybe at the bottom.
Yeah.
Relax.
They're just, you know,
Don't be so serious.
herring one another. I think Golden Kite, yeah, he died twice last game, but he needs to stay alive to do that burst damage. He needs to be in the back line, just kind of picking people off from afar. So Impunity are going to try to do what they can to kind of focus him out, try to isolate him. Because sometimes when you catch out the show, it's going to be pretty much easy pickings once you get on top of him.
Okay, now that I'm trying to theorize in my head, right? Like, what sort of build would fit Impunity? So I think they go for a full tank build, and you want to leave the damage to X hero, maybe a semi-tank at most, so that he has the option to also push out waves other than being involved with fights and absorbing damage.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. I mean, there's nobody else that's really tanky on this lineup, right? Which is my worry for the draft. They don't really have the. I mean, Ashing will do it. Assuming he gets the items, he'll be tanky. He'll be kind of be able to sustain and to kind of start off each of the battles. But if he gets focused, the potential from Blacklist is just to blow him up, right? They have the stun lock and they have the control. And it might be a tough game for him. So it really comes down to Ashing and his positioning when those team fights happen.
And hence, that's why they might be thinking of like, okay, we would have loved to have the Sunset for ourselves, but the thing is that they left the Sunset as the last pick and was read out by Blacklist International, so Blacklist International, they took that. Of course, those are the theories that we have in our mind, but at the end of the day, it's down to execution, like how we saw game one.
Yeah, but I think that this one, I mean, look, between the two, the Sun Tzu is undefeated thus far, and then you see the Dia, which is like only lost once. I still really like the Dia, the hero, especially with this lineup, right? There's going to be a lot of control, the heal, which kind of compounds the strength of Ashing Doggerin. You might have a tough time with that, and then plus Xiaolin, if he's able to get some good pickoffs, and Chaos Cinders from the wings, I think they're going to have a tough time.
Found the rotation from the mid. We got the Mai coming in past the river. But in similar fashion, it's going to be a start where we don't get to see much action until perhaps the first Tyrant.
Yeah, I think it's still going to be early right now. I mean, look, Dragon here, this is, when he gets off the lane, it's going to be a little bit obvious, right? Somebody has to make a call. He's not in the lane, right? So I think that they're going to play around that one. I think that understanding where Dragon is, trying to not let him get some sort of ganks. Wild Wind, next on. Megumi backs off. Chaz eats a flaming bomb over the wall. Megumi taking a lot of damage, but that Death Precipice will scare them away. It looks like Infinity will limp away.
Chaz can afford to absorb the flaming palms, right? Just because of the extra shield that's given to him whenever he uses a skill, especially when he used the Peacebringer earlier on. So he can take that on behalf of his other teammates. That's fine, as long as they don't overexpand their skills, because the next Tyrant is going to be up soon.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge one, right? 4 minute looks like Ashing has already made his positioning in, but Just-Ji is going to teleport to the bottom lane, try to go for the Dream Roam. The Infinite Vastness used a little on the earlier side, does keep him alive though. Up will be there. This could potentially open the door for this Tyrant. Just-Ji starts in.
Ooh, was that a premature Infinite Vastness? Something for us to
He
debate on.
needed to have stayed alive. Now it's going to be close, and it looks like Just-Ji does take the Tyrant, the first one of the game, and they're trying to get first blood, and Dragon goes down. Ashing does die in return. Chammy flashes away. He's going to be chased. The Death at Sunset right on top. He gets hit by the tower, and X-Hero will get credit for that kill, and it's looking to be a 2-for-1 in favor of Impunity as they look to siege this mid lane.
They got the Tyrant, but they lose 2 heroes in the process. There could be an argument here whether it's worthwhile or not. But because they got Ashing, so I guess that's fine. It's still okay for Blacklist. It's still a decent start, trying to keep up the pace of a network of Impunity.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a wash in that sense. If you're going to check out trade, it's not the worst thing. Let's check out the replay.
Yeah, if we were to look at this, right, so Ashing went in first. Whether it's too early or not, I think it's fine, just because you want to try to start absorbing skills so that Xiaolin can just throw all the skills from behind, including the Blazing Brilliance towards the end, for them to at least get those 2 kills. So for Impunity, it's not too bad as well.
Yeah, not too bad. and they'll take this one. I mean, it's still very close in terms of net worth. It's not the worst thing in the world. But getting that kill, I think the only thing is that Ashing dying, right? As an Impunity fan, you want to keep him alive. You just want him farming like non-stop, right? Once he gets hit critical mass, then he's going to be dangerous. But oh, Justy eats to the Blazing Brilliance. He's going to get killed. Ashing makes him pay, and he kills the cutie already. It's 4 versus 5 at this point.
Oh man, okay, Ashing is restarting the scale right now. I wouldn't be surprised if he's like the top net worth, and I really would want to see what kind of items did he purchase. For Jushi, he just brought the Blazing Cape, so that will give him a bit more durability when he engages. Of course, he's the main engager, but yeah, they do have parry. But for Impunity, they have to bank all in for Ashing to be the main initiator, so he has to stack up in durability as fast as possible.
Don't be so serious.
Just a risky play. I think it didn't seem like Blacklist were really on the same page on that one. Like, if Joshi wants to go, fine, but Chammy one's got to cue that boat. Like, it's already got to be in motion before he even goes in, so that you have that counter initiation just already kind of starting. And it didn't seem like they were on the same page, because Justy, once he got caught out, again, eats another Chaos Cinder. He's taking so much damage, and he's continuing on. Oh, the Bitter Farewell, slowing him down, doesn't get the pick off. The Cannon Blast will cover the retreat, but again, he's being aggressive, and they do end up killing Dragon instead, and a glass cannon that you are, you're gonna shatter when you get focused.
Oh man, I thought they could have been better off disengaging after Joshi. His health was really low. He tanked a lot earlier on, and that was thanks to his Blazing Cape as well, that he was able to sustain that long. So right now, knowing that Joshi is tanky enough, Impunity might want to find a way behind him.
There should be no waste to get out, doing some sorts of moves, and it looks like Ashing is looking to go, but these are the kinds of things they need to just kind of execute.
Something that we kind of expect, right, for him to stack up a bit of damage, to give him that versatility of doing the split pushing and also being the secondary. And as X-Hero, Flash Laner, with the items that he has built, with the Blazing Cape,
The items ngayon, lamang na lamang na si Up again. Naka-free farm siya. Strictly speaking, parang wala na to chance.
able to push out the minion waves quickly. He's doing a good job.
Yeah, I just feel like Clash Laners, they just smell the most, right? So they are always isolated in the side. No, that's not how it works. Okay, maybe I'm just creating some bad stereotypes. No, because, okay, anyways, no, but X-Hero does a great job of split pushing. I think he's constantly on the flanks, right? You don't want to be with a group, and I think that makes a lot of sense as a Clash Laner. You want to just constantly put pressure in the other lanes, just force it out. Now you have less numbers to deal with in this mid lane, and makes it very uncomfortable as it looks like they're going to take the mid tier.
Yeah, they took that one nice and clean, and they have access to the jungle. And keep your eye on the X-Hero. He's going to do the flanky move there. Playing by the bushes, just showing himself, just putting the emotional damage to Blacklist International. Blacklist International, they have to stay together, if not they might be caught.
Yeah, they're going to be wanting to stick together. I mean, look, I don't think they need to stick like 5-man. They don't have to death ball it because, again, you have Chammy 1. I think he needs to do a better job of split pushing and then understanding like the timing of the boat to ensure that he's there for the team fight when they do end up going, right? I think that kind of differentiates the really good Sun Tzu players, right? When they're able to kind of hit, or they're always there when you kind of need them and the team fight is happening, and constantly split push so that you don't have to, share farm, so to speak.
And this is where they need to start communicating with each other, like, guys, are you ready with the amount of damage? Are you ready with the damage dealing item right in the middle?
Oh, with the Blazing Brilliance, he's taking so much. He's going to Dream Roam back. And again, he was just looking to just deal with those minions, but Impunity make a pay. Oh, nice two-man stun. Here's the set sail. The Infinite Fastness. Megumi's so low, and Chammy not going to be as lucky. He's going to be killed. X-Zero finally gets the pick off, and Impunity find one.
Oh, at some point, I thought that Blacklist International will make the U-turn with the set sail hit, but no, they couldn't U-turn, probably because they expanded their skills, and they weren't confident about their cooldowns and their timing, and they left Chammy to drive.
Oh, Chaz eats a lot of that Blazing Brilliance, just zoned away. The Tyrant at half-life. Chammy was down for another 6 more seconds. This is going to be a free Tyrant. Nothing Blacklist International can do at this stage.
Not at all, not at all. Jushin at that kind of situation, he doesn't want to go in as an engager because he's a smart user unless he goes in to steal away the tyrant.
So right now, yeah, three items na si up, two items pa lang si Golden Kite again.
But he was not put in a position
Take a break
of
for
success,
Backseating.
so that's why he just chose not to. Now, Impunity back in driver's seat.
Has
Yeah,
destroyed
taking it down. The bottom T2, they'll take that one for free. They're going to look to push. The minion timing has been flawless, and they're looking to play this macro game. The mid T2 looking to go down as well. Up will secure yet another tower. The outside, the top one, still standing.
Oh, Blazing Brilliance onto Juche. Sokope took a decent amount of damage. Alright, so I just noticed that Dragon, he bought the Venomous Staff. So that is a very important item to try to deal with Ashing. And yeah, it's mainly for Ashing though. But Ashing right now, if you look at his items, he is going for the Blazing Cape. And if he reaches the Blazing Cape, he'll
Oh, they got the nice little connection. Dragon gets blown up. Up makes him pay. He was waiting in the wings. Ashing is now joined. Justy on the run. Cannon Blast a little off the mark. They're taking the top T2. And it looks like Impunity right now forcing their front. Taking things down, but the bottom is pushing, so Chammy1 providing a little bit of breathing room.
And Chammy, he knows that, okay, if they were to take fights right now, it wouldn't work. It happened before, so that's why he tried to do a bit of a split pusher. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, but he runs into him. He gets knocked out. Oh, on the boat. Now Chammy1 trying to fight 1 versus 4. He's trying to get Xiaolin on his way out. Not able to do it, and Up will get credit for that one.
Oh no! Oh no, Holler, that was a disaster. He didn't know that was in the bush.
Yeah, I mean, but like it was a very populated area, right? There was a heavy traffic right in the middle of the map, right? If you're gonna go anywhere, maybe you go to the sides and you kind of play lucky. You know, it's one of those things where you didn't really get blind. Oh, the Blazing Brilliance! Oh, they found Justy. Oh, the Dream Roam. He's barely alive, but he's got knocked out by that meteor kill. He's been killed. Justy, he's been knocked down. Chaz trying to Peacebringer away. Chaz gets killed as well. He gets executed. They've got Dragon and the triple kill from Ashing, and Golden Kite goes down. And Chammy1 is the only one standing as he respawns at this point. But with the minions crashing in, Impunity looking to end this game. Chammy1 all the way back in the fountain. Up is looking to end it, and they get one more kill. No, they will take the base, and Impunity take game 2.
on my way.
Blacklist actually picked the Lianpo first game, and I know that it's tough for a global ban.
This is his, right? So now Blue main initiator.
This is going to be tough, but the
So, Buset ulit pinili ng Blacklist. Demise lamang Blacklist. Easy buttons compared sa Unity, pero again, si Up and Golden Kite ang labanan dito. So, maganda result ng isa. Yun yung papanalo sa team.
this is a dragon thing. It is definitely a
They came from 2 different sides.
yeah. It really comes down to class.
Not even this is his, right? So now no blue buff at the very start for Blacklist International. Will that be the biggest of factors? Not really. I mean, it's still very, very early, but it would definitely have been helpful.
Yeah, it's super helpful, right? Any sort of lead that you can get before, and I've talked about it, you know, like again, win more, right? If you get that advantage and you have this Prince of Lanling actually start to get some farm and it's able to find, you know, it can actually has the items to do the damage to like kill people, to delete heroes quickly, you're gonna have a really good game. And most times, teams have been very good against it and not giving him the farm, so that Prince of Lanling kind of falters in the mid game.
All right, I'm going to drop a silver lining, right? Just looking over at the stats. Dia has 100%, but hang on that thought for a second.
Up. Oh, he went in forward. He needs to be super careful. He's going aggressive, but for what reason? He's going to give up first blood. Golden Kite. He tried to go against Dragon, tried to finesse it, but he gets caught out.
He really, really wanted Dragon. And I can totally understand why, right? Like, Dragon is not even level 4 yet. It doesn't have the Blazing Brilliance that gives him extra shield. So he thought to himself, like, okay, why not go for it? But it was thanks to the brilliance of a rotation by Blacklist International to come in at the right timing and punish Up again.
Yeah, but it was like high risk for very low reward. I mean, you got first blood, okay, but you're gonna die. At the end of the day, you need to stay alive, right? You need to give you got to play super safe. And again, maybe it's just me that's just like likes to play a little bit more like a defensive game and just kind of prolong. At least I don't want to lose the early game, so I'm gonna play a little bit safer. But for me, I would not have taken that risk. But again, I'm not a pro player.
But we're support players for a reason, right? We like to play supportive, right? But yeah.
I would have reported him for the record if he was on my team.
Oh, yep. That's definitely not right there. Don't do it.
Shaolin. Gets the pullback, but the Blazing Brilliance, he spots himself out. He shows himself Dragon that is, and they're like, okay, there's too many for me. Impunity, not able to get a pick off.
Yeah, it's like he stepped over. It's like, oops. Okay, I didn't expect that many people, but speaking about many.
Oh, bitter farewell. Shaolin taking a lot of damage. He's thinking about going in. The finishing stroke, but it's on the minion, if anything. And he did get the kill on that. So a wasted ult in that sense. But now Justy might go for the steal here. Ashing is nearby. They spot him. They have the spider sense. He pops out of stealth. And this with the Blazing Brilliance, it might be a little too much. Ashing looking to go for this one, but Chaz over the wall. He gets killed. And now here's the finishing stroke. It does find the right target, and Justy's down. It's a 2-for-0.
Oh, they saw the opportunity. They saw the Blazing Brilliance being used, which is fine. He tries to get the blue buff, but because there's no Blazing Brilliance, because there's no extra shield, then they saw that, okay, that's the window. But the moment like Dragon, like, okay, he moved out of position, too far away. They saw other targets that they have. They just went in for it. Basically, it was just Impunity just rolling over them. Okay, let's analyze this, right? Looking back at the replay. Impunity, they came from two different sides.
But that finishing stroke, it got tanked here by multiple ones. Blazing Brilliance, he's going to be killed on this. Oh, and the truth, Chammy shows up and says, hello, I will take that one to go.
Oh man, I wish we would have seen the entire fight because it felt like Impunity, they overextended.
Yeah, definitely overextended. I mean, when you're in between the tier 1 and tier 2 and you haven't even taken the tier 1 bottom, you're not in a good position. You have no way to retreat. Very aggressive move. Not great by Impunity.
Not at all. I mean, they could have given Blacklist International a bit of a lifeline. Now, in a rare occasion in this series, we see Blacklist International in front in terms of gold. Items, of course, are still the early Direnjay, done with Spark Force Dagger, so that will give him the ability to farm even faster.
Yeah,
very
you
shocking
never want to
kasi
let the enemy team
pinasigarawan
back in,
nila.
especially in a game
One
3.
of
You
the
had them on the ropes, and then now you're giving opportunities. You're playing, this is not the Impunity that we know, or we saw in the first 2 games. They were very clean. They were making very good moves. But now you're kind of doing things that are a little uncharacteristic, and you're kind of throwing this lead and giving hope to Blacklist.
Yeah, and it's not even match point, right? But they're making the small little mistakes here and there, so they cannot afford more of that. Hopefully they do learn from some of the small skirmishes, especially on the bottom side. But they might want to recover from it, engaging.
Looking to go in for this one. Ashing looking to go straight for Golden Kite. He tries to go, but the flash away, and he looks like he's going to be fine here. Impunity, 4 members, a nice little rotation, but unfortunately no conversions.
Okay. Impunity, they learned their lesson, right? They saw that, okay, the tower is still there, no minions. Let's just let this one go. We can always come back to it.
Yeah, we want to, but here's X0 at about half life. Ashing is as well. And now, again, the stealth is there for Ashing, so they know that he's relatively close, but with the lanes pushing here, they're sticking together. They're doing a good job of this death ball, and they're going to continue forward. Justy putting a little bit more pressure on as Siege Catapult does finally go down, so that will kind of thwart this attack.
Okay, I was just keeping my eye on the position of Shammy when he's by the side. And again, X0. X0, from what we saw in game 1, he knows how to manage Jammy from a positioning perspective. And this is where the duel of the Clash Laners happen, right? And let's see, it depends on who gets on top of each other. But if they're like 50-50, then basically you don't have Jammy to be the main initiator.
Yeah, you don't have him, and you need him, right? He's gonna, basically all of the team fights have been won because of his play. His repositioning, his truths have been so good. And that's the type of hero that you gotta always keep your eye on. I think that X0, more than anything else, yeah, you want to split push, but you want to make sure that you keep tabs on Chainwalk. Where is that guy? Because he's gonna just win team fights.
Yeah, you basically have a double duty right now, right? Like you have 2 things that you need to take care of. But yeah, I mean, that's a Clash Laner's role, right? You gotta always do the double duty. You always have to look at the lanes, at the same time look at where the position of the off-angle person is. But speaking of position, Chami, okay, Ashing almost went for it, but he decided not to.
Yeah, I don't think that was the time to really, Chammy, to kind of show yourself. The solo truth against X0 really underwhelming. There's no potential for the burst. But Overlord here, it looks like Impunity will pick this one up. Ashin getting a little bit stronger in that sense, but they're still behind. Good neutral objective, but it all kind of came in with the top push lane.
Yeah, and speaking about Ashing, right? As a Prince of Landing, ideally you would like to snowball, you like to get those early pickoffs, or to find those whoever who's like alone at the lane. But without even doing that, so far he's been doing so well. Yes, level 10, but usually level 11. But it's not really about that. It's about him being able to just strike fear into Blacklist.
Yeah, strike fear and get in. Chammy taking a decent amount. Oh, they're going to do the return. X-Hero is going to be killed. He thought he was going to be the aggressive Shaolin, thinking about going in. The finishing stroke just back off, but he's been stuck. He's been locked in. Joshi gets the kill on him. They do have the knockback off. Flashes away. Ashing is still going to get focused in. He's going to stealth, and he does survive just on that one, but he's been spotted. Chammy, Chaz flashes forward. They got him with a bitter farewell. Chammy will get the kill.
Oh man, okay, so the problem is starting to look more apparent, right? The fact that Impunity, they
Flash, he's gonna but the knock just back off, but Hero is gonna be killed. He thought he was gonna be the aggressive Shaolin, thinking about going in. The finishing stroke just back off, but he's been stuck. He's been locked in. Joshi gets the kill on him. They do have the knockback off. Flashes away. Ashing is still gonna get focused in. He's gonna stealth, and he does survive just on that one, but he's been spotted. Chammy, Chaz flashes forward. They got him with.
the problem is starting to there's enough durability on their side. I would love to see what X-Hero has,
Oh,
but
they found him. They found Megumi. Oh, they did a fake back. They were gonna go back, and then they were just like, no, we're actually going in. They have the numbers. They're continuing on. They have the unending sorrow to just kind of slow things down. But again, there are no minions, so Blacklist International will back off. They haven't even taken the mid T2.
yeah. So coming back to my point, right? Right now, Impunity, they don't have a tank. Unless, well, we get to see what kind of items that X-Hero has right now, but just looking at the draft, they don't have it. But again,
Oh, finishing strike right onto Jussie, forces it out, up, gets the burst, and that's going to be a huge win for Impunity. They really needed that kill. They needed some way to stem that bleeding. Now Ashing is looking to invade the enemy jungle here.
yeah, they need to claw it back before the gap becomes too big. At this point, it is okay. I mean, a 4K gold gap, 10 minutes in the game, it's still fine. And the fact that Impunity, they might be able to secure the next Tyrant, but expect challenge from Blacklist.
Oh, that round, they were thinking, made it disappear, and so they weren't able to capitalize on a Tyrant because of that.
Okay, anyway, 5 more seconds, we will see another challenge for either one of the objectives. And keep your eye on the X-Hero, he's playing the
They're
right now.
going, the Blazing Brilliance. Shaolin, they've got him knocked up. Oh, but Chaz, now he's been stuck in a bad spot. He's going to be killed. Megumi will get credit for this one, and they've opened things up. They were trying to be aggressive, try to go for the gank, but they got ganked instead.
Look at this, right? Blacklist International, they were distracted by the fact that X-Hero came from the river side. The moment they showed up, everyone turned their in the best position as well.
A little bit dangerous.
So he got punished for it.
Okay, all right, the unending sorrow, that was a little bit dangerous. Chaz a little bit out of position. It's very uncharacteristic of him to do so, but finishing stroke, that was just used, I guess just for the looks. Oh, but the truth,
no!
Oh, they found him, oh, flash over the wall, X-Hero not able to get away. He gets picked off. So this is now an opening. Blacklist International looking to turn this into a Shadow Tyrant here.
Look, right? Who else are you going to deploy to check the pushes? It's only X-Hero. And the moment he did that, he couldn't escape. He got punished for it. Now we're going to see the challenge for the Overlord.
Smart. They're going to go for this one, but Ugg takes the Overlord. They're trying to get away. The Joshi does take the Tyrant, so that's something to take note of. But now Impunity on the run. Ashing in a bad spot, the bitter farewell, he's gonna be dead. Chaz will get credit for this one. Now, in the top lane, the unending sorrow, looks like they're gonna invade the enemy jungle, and Blacklist are back.
Oh, and Blacklist is back with a bang, taking down T2 in the middle at the same time, potentially even T3, with the fact that now Ashing is still on cooldown, waiting for him to come back before Impunity is able to re-engage again. But speaking about engagement, how are they going to engage?
Yeah, it's not gonna be, the Shadow Tyrant is offensive. Okay, Megumi.
Learn from X-Hero, he's going for a semi-tank, so they don't have
Oh, they're going in. Chaz goes for this. The Destiny counter. Not enough, but it's going to just zone them away. They take the top T3 instead. And while Ashing was in stealth, Blacklist International not scared because they've got all 5 members.
Oof, okay, that was pretty scary for Blacklist, but they lost their tier 3 though, and objective secured by Blacklist. Looking back over at some of the other items, I would say obviously at this point, Jamie 1, he is way much more farmed than X0, so the Clash Lane.
Oh, they found him. They got the knockup. They found Megumi. Oh, but the finishing stroke, it's been taken by everybody. But the Blazing Brilliance on top of that, Zhao Lin has been killed. And now Ashing is joined. But can he fight this? They've got 3 members. They do get Golden Kite, so that's some revive. That's a good trade to make that a double. Ashing somehow turning this around. They have 3 members.
Run.
Ashing is now going to get killed. Chami gets the return kill.
Oh, 3-4-3. Okay, so it's a 50-50 there. But of course, pressure is onto Impunity right now on how are they going to find a way to come back. They cannot afford these 50-50s. They have to try to find a 70-30 for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, like anything at this point, this net worth is almost negligible at this stage, right? Yeah, it's about 2K, but with the heroes back up, that was a huge win. The fact that, you know, they were able to go in for some, the AoE make it work.
Doing a great job. For the hero is refined.
But look at how fast, again.
Again, it's not that easy for them to catch. Now, the next move.
Yeah, potentially here, but again, you know, Ashing doing a good job of just kind of taking here. They're just going to look to fix it. So that's something the lanes.
Good position. If he's caught out, then that's it.
Yeah, that would be a tough situation. I mean, Primal Bond is going to be here, so that's going to be a little bit slow rolling for Blacklist International to take the Shadow Tyrant here. But Ashing, stealth, the Destiny encountered used on him though, and he has been spotted out. Chaz is going to look to go for this one. Ashing, he's going to be chased. They have 5 members. Cue the Benny Hill theme song because he's on the run. He's going to go under the tower. Maybe he takes this one out. No, he gets killed before he can get out.
Oh man, we saw that coming from a mile, right? Like his position, it's just too bad.
Oh, but they're gonna look to go. They get the return. They get Chaz, but the truth, they're looking to turn this one on this one, and it looks like it's not gonna be enough. Oh, make that a double by Up. They are turning this. They've got Golden Kite as well. They've got 3 members, and that's all done without Ashing. X0 is in the top lane, needs to deal with the Shadow Vanguard. That's gotta be key. He needs to make sure that they just don't get backdoored. Now this is gonna open the door for the Shadow Tyrant here.
Impunity now rolling up their sleeves and saying, hold my drink, people, we got this in the bag. That was an engagement that
doing it back in this game. It's so killing squishy. If Up can
in the the same for both sides, right? You don't really have then
this back. Okay, he's giving me a heart attack. He's gonna take the top T2. He was going aggressive, just zoning them away, spacing them out, ensuring that they were pushed back. But now this is gotta get scary. Blacklist International net worth lead is kind of behind. Ashing has gotten that critical mass. I talked about the fact that, yeah, he's not great from behind, but he's gotten to the point where he's actually ahead now. So they're doing well. Impunity finding ways to come back in this game. What a crazy game.
right, I'm looking at the win condition right now for Blacklist, right? Because they have the laneage, they just need to keep the pressure on and try to distract Impunity. And who knows, maybe even get a backer game in this round.
Yeah.
As long as they can keep the lane shoved up, Blacklist is in an okay position.
Which is actually even more pressure for Impunity, right? When you're making moves, you got to make sure that the lanes are kind of fixed. The top and the bottom are both going to push. So taking a fight here, kind of not the greatest situation. Oh, they're looking to go. They're trying to find this one. Zhao Lin dashes forward. The finishing stroke, not enough to kill anybody. They're going to back off. He tried to go for the attempt, and it looks like it's going to be tanked up mostly by Blacklist Just G here. But now, again, the top lane, bottom lane, both pushing.
Yeah, and here comes the next Overlord. I'm keeping my eye on to Ashing as well. What is he going to do? What's he going to pull off here? Is he going to pull off a pick off with the support? Nope, he's not going to take that risk because we're now deep inside the game.
Yeah, deep inside the game. I mean, we're almost Tempest Dragon level, but Chaz, oh, he's been found out. He's been targeted. They're looking to go for this, but Just G takes the Shadow Overlord. Chaz is so low, the rest of them, but the top lane is pushing. Somebody has to run back. That's going to be super scary. X0 making a beeline for it. It's going to be a rush for this one, and it looks like with the Shadow Vanguard, okay, he'll stop it with that AoE. That gets serious, slows it down. That's a little worrying for me. That's one potential way for Blacklist to close this game out.
Wait a
Just G,
second.
Just G, unending sorrow. He's gonna out-heal this one. He'll sustain it. The Tempest Dragon is up in about 50 seconds. Impunity right now need to play this macro game flawlessly if they want to go. Shadow Vanguard pushing to the mid lane. T3 very low in the mid. Ashing looking for that flank. Up, looking to go. Justy takes a lot of damage. Up, he's going to get bursted. That's life number 1. He's going to look to turn this around, but Chaz has been killed. The burst is going to be on point. Ashing is going to be killed. Up is going to be killed as well. And they're looking to go X-Hero. That's going to be life number 2. Is he able to get away? The Enlightenment on him does get the kill, and X-Hero is down. Dragon gets this one, but it looks like they want to go for the base. They get a double on top, and Blacklist International close out game 3.
The hometown heroes will not go down without a fight, bringing back one game. This is the drama that we're for these two teams here being deployed.
Still early.
Better draft.
So, lineup nila. Okay, mas favorable, Infinity. Compared sa Blacklist. Pero, mas maganda yung frontline nila. Let's see.
Look, just like in the, I think that the hero limitations really made it tough for him to do so. I think that this is a game where, you know, he's going to play something that I think is a lot more definitely top tier, right? The Musashi is scary. And so if he's able to do Musashi things, they're going to have a tough time. So I think, again, to basically not sit on the fence, I'm going with Impunity on this one.
Okay, thanks for not sitting on the bench, right?
I don't ever sit on the fence. Some other people do, but I find it very uncomfortable.
I wonder who's that.
Oh, Shaolin. Oh, the dragon taking a lot of damage. They thought about going for it, but you know, a flash committed. It's still early. 50 seconds, not the worst thing in the world.
I just want to add on to the point why we do agree together on fact that they are focusing because of the purify that up
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's going to help him out, right? And, I mean, you have the Yarya as well, so it's kind of like you have like a little bit of a cushion. You're not just like, you're not isolated by yourself. I think Megumi attaching on, I think that this is a nice little 1-2 combination. You know, again, Marco Polo and Yarya, we've seen these heroes. Like, they synergize well together. It could be Ashing, and then they really will, you know, they could win this game. Oh, but Duel of the Death. They found him. Oh, they're doing the damage. And first blood on the dragon. That was a huge issue. He was really far up, and he needed to have been careful because Ashing was 4.
And we didn't talk about how it's only the first blood.
He's definitely going to be scary. I mean, Ashing, that's going to be monumental on him to ensure that he's making good rotations. He's advantage as he just hit 5 before Ashing did.
And so now we're back to reset for the teams, and when it comes to the goal difference, it is still pretty much on par, although the first blood was given to Impunity. So it just shows the level of farm that Blacklist has.
I mean, Blacklist International right now, they have a slight net worth lead. Obviously, they're sticking around, trying to get Justy's that farm, and Shaolin will kind of push him away a bit. Oh, but now they have the control, they have the damage, the Unruly Blade, and nice little blow up. Chaz will use that bush to the maximum. Snuck in, got the lockdown. This is opening things up even for the blue buff here for Justy.
Oh, they saw the opportunity, they took it well, and they even stole away the blue buff. Musashi without the blue buff is secure.
Yeah, it's going to slow things down, right? And it's all about that farm and just trying to keep pace. And, you know, I mean, Ashing is your win condition in this one. And so you want to get him as much farm as possible. He needs all of those buffs, right? But what else can they do? Chammy 1 is kind of going to be here. The Duel of the Death used instantly right onto Chammy, and they get the truth onto him. And they say, okay, maybe I'm the better Dharma player, huh?
I mean, with that engagement, okay, it did show a little bit to Chammy that, hey, you know what? No,
all right, I'm just gaslighting. I'm just trying to, you know, let these guys go ahead. Just trying to create a little bit of drama here. But sorry, the tyrant's going to be started here. It's about half life. Ashing gets on out of this. Mind you, Ashing and Justin both have their smite, the roaming gun. They're trying to go for this one, but Ashing gets that tyrant. He gets that steal. Nice little fast fingers with that smite, and he's back on out.
And that's the advantage of a Musashi as compared to a Dune, right? Like, he's fast, he's slick, Dune is tanky, he can maybe walk in, but in the case of like, okay, you want to land the smite, speed does help.
Yeah, it definitely will help. I mean, Ashing getting that one, that's going to be huge for him. And it's going to open the door. I mean, but they're still behind. Blacklist International have done a good job of finding those farms. Now, look at Chaz on the prowl. He's looking for his target. Could potentially go for Ashing. Sees that the blue buff is up. Ashing is going to look around. He's going to look to go for the rotation. Golden Kite, he gets caught out. Oh, Golden Kite dashes away to safety. Does stay alive. The blue buff has been picked up by Joshi. Now they're looking to go. They have the suppression. They have the lockdown on Ashing. And Dragon will get the kill, but the truth! Oh, on all three! And they've got the Fever Barrage. Make that 4 and all for a trade for Ashing. What a the Fever Ashing. The blue buff has been picked up by Joshi. Now they're looking to go. They have the suppression. They have the lockdown on Ashing. And Dragon will get the kill, but the truth! Oh, on all three! And they've got the Fever Barrage. Make that 4 and all for a trade for Ashing. What a great play by X-Hero.
X-Hero, my goodness, how he jumped to the back. Oh my goodness. This position, the players of Blacklist International. Just when Blacklist thought that, okay, they had it in the bag, they got the blue buff, objective secure, but they forgot about X-Hero. We gotta take a look at how it was executed again. Okay, look at
Says, okay, limping away. He wants to protect his blue buff. Ashing still up in front. Says, okay, I will take this blue buff. This is the only blue buff that matters now.
position, and he didn't play like those sexy moves like, okay, I sneak you from behind, I can't execute a front to back. X-Hero putting out the tutorials there.
Yeah, actually very patient. He could have jumped in a little bit more, but he like waited a little bit longer and he lingered around so that he could let the Blacklist International group up, catching out 3, huge for him. All the Unruly Blade, the Overlord. This is going to be a potential start. Up, he's doing a lot of damage with those Resplendent Revolvers. Kind of Justy does need to respect that, but it looks like the Overlord picked up by Ashing uses that smite.
Right, and looks like we're going to be back to neutral, but Impurity, if they get this first tower in the middle, it will open up a lot of space for them. Right now, Blacklist, they want to defend this as hard as possible. Defending their red buff now.
Yeah, they're trying to defend. I mean, if anything, they need to take this red buff. It's got to start slow, but here we go. The winners here is going to be used, and Ashing gets the kill, and it looks like Joshi's down for the count yet again. Chammy actually gets back. Oh, man, this is going to be...
Right now, they
are up 7-2 at this stage.
Ooh, right now they are controlling the situation, and this is what we talk about, right? You need to set the tempo, you need to be the conductor here, and so far Infinity is doing just that. Golden Kite all alone at the top, there's nothing he can do to save his tower.
Yeah, not really much. I mean, maybe Megumi was far behind right now.
We're out at the top. I'm just looking over at the items. Dragon is probably going to go for the Venomous Staff coming up next, and that is a much needed item to deal with like the Ashing or even X-Hero coming up soon. Anyone's really going for full tank? Not really. So this is almost like the previous game. So it's really down to execution. When it comes to theory crafting of the draft or the items, it's pretty similar.
Very similar in that sense, but the map control, things have flipped. Impunity definitely in the driver's seat. They've got a little bit more map control, although they're kind of waiting in the wings in terms of this river. But they're waiting for that moment. I think that this is going to be a big one for them. They're going to pick up the Tyrant here because they have that map control and pushed out. Up will happily take red buff.
And then it would have been hard for Blacklist. Okay, now it's going to be the mid potential fight here. Are they going to go in for Joshi? Okay, it's pretty tanky. You don't want to go all in. Not.
You don't need to be aggressive when try to go for the invade. Make sure that they have that breathing room. But they're going to just kind of clean their own jungle and push out the bottom. Make sure that they have that breathing room. But here we go. The fake control connecting on. Megumi trying to just keep Up alive. Up looking to turn this around. Megumi gets out, and it looks like Joshi into the mid lane with that wind slash. We'll just deal with the minions.
All right, so now Impurity, they know that the control is out. This is the opportunity for Ashing. Look at this, he's trying to flag, he's trying to find the next opportunity into the blue buff.
Yeah, trying to go around. Ashing looking to go for this nice duel of the death, connecting onto 2, but no actual follow-up in terms of damage. They've already got the blue buff and they're on out of there. Maybe Dragon picked up.
Oh, okay. Okay, so good that the fact that Dragon got the blue buff, so that's okay. But we can still see Impurity still striking fear into Blacklist International. And they still have the driver's seat, right? Saving all their skills for the next Tyrant. That is exactly what they're doing right now. Let's go.
Oh, Ashing, he finds it. He finds Joshi. Joshi, Unruly Blades on back. The Tyrant, this is the Shadow version. Dragon looking to go around, throws out a couple blades, kind of kiting them from afar. Ashing doesn't want to fully commit on this one, needs to be a bit careful. The Respended Revolver trying to go in, but they have the control, they have the knockdown. Oh, Ashing, he's able to out-heal this. Chaz is going to be killed in return. Ashing finally does fall, but Cammy had to hunt him down. The wind slash onto Xiaolin. They do end up getting that kill. Now, X-Hero, how he's at half-life, needs to be a bit careful here. Up, continuing on. They found him. No, the Unruly Blade on back. And through it all, it's a 3 for 2 in favor of
Oof, Ashing, he got it for a moment there thanks to the Blood Rage. It gave him a bit of shield, enough for him to sustain, enough for him to absorb a little bit more damage before his other teammates did a bit of trade-off. But enough there thanks to the Blood, a little like this turn around.
some farm. Close, he goes to the duel. I will take this. Death, Ashing that is. He gets caught out, somehow survives, but Jamie 1 is like, okay, I will take this one if you can't handle it. Gets the kill on the backs on out of this one, but they did.
That Jamie 1 actually came from behind, right? And that's how he took out Ashing when he tried to step away, even though he had the Blood Rage. If not, Ashing can quickly heal up and maybe come back into the fight, or at least do something okay to give them the advantage. But speaking of advantage, who will get the advantage of this next Tyrant?
It's going to be close, right? Jushi's been pushed away. The Tyrant is about 75% life or so. He wants to go in. He doesn't want to give this for free, but the winner is here. Oh, what a nice zoning one. That's going to completely lock it off. Jushi might go in for this one. Try to go for the steal. He's going to see that it's a little bit on the low side, but who gets it? Dragon will pick this Tyrant up. And X-Hero now, Ashing is so low as well. It looks like everybody's going to back off after that Tyrant kill.
Oh, Dragon with a couple plays stole away the Tyrant from the hands of Impunity. And now with that steal, they will run down the mid lane, taking down T1. And Blacklist International saying, now we're driving.
Yeah, they're going to take that one, and that was a huge win for them. Opening up the map, the T1 again, we talked about how objectively important it is. They take that one as well as the top team too. So Golden Kite making some moves. I mean, he's definitely behind against Up by about 2K, but he does enough damage to hit towers, and that's all you really need from him at this moment.
Oh man, having a deja vu moment right now. Blacklist International, they took down T3 in one of the lanes, disciplined enough to reset. If they can slowly again shove up the lanes, put Impunity in a awkward position or in a pressured situation, then Blacklist could make this again, just like how we saw in Game 3.
Impunity here. I mean, like this is that time, right? Where like you were thinking that Impunity had a little bit of a lead, but you know, Blacklist just that last team fight, they've taken some of those towers and they've just completely turned this game around. It is a 50-50 game at this point, finding that right target, and they're just rushing in, trying to find something.
Yeah, Impunity right now, they want to win back that space. Right? They're definitely not happy the fact that Blacklist is seemingly coming back. But could they come back with this overlord fight?
It could go. I mean, Jussie sticking around, might go for the flank, but they need Chammy to join. He's seen in the mid lane. Top T3 is taking some damage. They need to be a little bit careful. So the longer this goes, and it looks like Dragon takes yet another overlord. This guy is a sniper. He doesn't need a smite. He's going to take things from you. And now Blacklist International make a beeline for the mid lane, pushing it out. The bottom T2 and is looking to go down, and it looks like it finally does.
Somebody give Dragon a medal for this 2 times in a row. It was beautiful by Dragon. And because of that, now Blacklist, they will continue to march on.
Yeah, Dragon just like, I'm the jungler now. Look at me. Oh, but the duel to death. Oh, and the winner is here. They just blow up Chaz. Oh, and Dragon on the backside. Ashik is going to be killed. So they do get something in return. But 2 members down. Justy and Chaz as well. X-Hero up is now been killed. Chammy's been killed. They've got 1 more shot. And Shaolin goes golden. Looking to go for Dragon. Gets him, and he walks away because cool people don't look at explosions. And now Shaolin will deal with the minion waves as he gets the ace. He is the only hero left standing.
Oh, what an engagement that was from Impunity. If only they got Dragon earlier, then the fight would have gone south all the way for Blacklist International. But because Dragon here was still alive and he was able to distance himself after that first engagement, he was throwing in all the couple plays from behind, allowing Blacklist to at least get good amount of trades.
Look at I mean, break this. I like the both sides. Duel to the death on point. Winner is here right there with the truth. And X-Hero thought he could do it, but man, the damage from Dragon and then Chammy with the control, he tried to get on out. Golden Kite doing some work, but man, Shaolin was able to clean it out. Goes golden to style on him, and he gets Dragon on that one last shot.
Oh man, this match is insane. Burns on par. Next is going to be if Dragon steals this one again as well. I'll do a handstand or something. I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna hold you to that one. Let's see what happens. I mean, look, if he gets 3 steals in a game, essentially, and without even smite, I think that. Okay, well, he just picked that one up, but that was not really a steal.
That doesn't count.
But it doesn't count. You just don't want to do a handstand. All right, we'll see. We'll see.
Dragon to
Look, right? But as long as Impunity play that one properly, and they're not like, you know, don't let the super minions just crash into their base like it's about to, and play the macro game and the lanes properly, they should have enough time and space. But if it's going to take multiple team fights for them to, you know, really stick it to Blacklist, considering the mid T1 is still there, it's really slow rolling at this point.
Yep, because both sides, they don't want to make mistakes. This is the point of the game where if anyone makes a mistake, if anyone gets aced out, that's it. The game is over.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty much over, right? And that's why it's super dangerous at the 17-minute mark. I think the Tempest Dragon could potentially be in play, assuming Impunity just kind of delay the game, slow it down. They've done a good job in terms of the last couple of team fights, but this is a situation where they're still behind. They need to be very careful with how they proceed.
Yes, and this Overlord is now up. So I wonder if Blacklist will want to start. Okay, they're around the Overlord. They might want to get information, be sure where Impunity is at before starting it, and they got
Shown on the map, right? He's now, and it's just easily picked up by Josh. So they're going to know less breathing room for Impunity.
less breathing room for myself as well. I'm holding my breath.
Still here, man. Okay. All right.
I know CPR, but I can't possibly do it on.
So I can just send the ambulance over right now. All right, but Vanguard's here pushing and looking. They're looking to close this. No T3 mid, so that this is a little bit of an opening. I think that, you know, Impunity have the damage. They should be able to deal with this. Joshi getting kind of thwarted out. He's probably not going to commit for this one. They duel to death. He's going to go right on that Chaz. He's going to look to go for this one, but the winner is here covering the retreat. And now it looks like X-Hero tried to go for the Formless's play, but the flash away by Chammy, he survives. He's a little bit on the low side. The wind slash by Joshi. Still up in front. He's taking a lot of damage. Oh, he's going to limp away. He's going to be fine. The Vanguards are there. Blacklist International will not proceed. And it looks like Impunity, all 5 of them will hold.
Oh, this by Impunity is just insane. The fact that nobody actually got sacrificed in the defense, it is actually a very, very okay.
I mean, with the
Win
base
condition right now.
They've got all 3. Sorry.
The network doesn't matter right now. We're close to 60k.
Seconds.
It all comes down to who gets this next objective.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're talking about, so it really doesn't matter in that sense. I mean, it's a late game. Right now, it's all about those objectives. But look at Chammy 1, looking to make some plays. Oh, he might go for the flank. They're trying to go. Joshi, the winner is here, slows down the duel to the death right onto him. But Chammy now, he's fighting 1 versus 3. He needs to be a little bit careful. But Shaolin, he's in a bad spot. Oh, he's being chased down.
No.
Chammy 1 chasing him down. He needs to get to his teammates. The unruly blade on forward. Shaolin trying to stay alive, not able to do it. The wind slash is going to be on point. Joshi now, this is the numbers advantage. Are they able to close it out?
Oh no, this turned from bad to worse now for Impunity. They lost Shaolin 30 seconds before his match.
Chammy 1. He gets serious, but Chammy 1, that's going to be life number 1, but they take the base, and Blacklist International take game 4, and the series is tied 2-2.
They are called your hometown heroes for the fact that they got the 2 top or hot heroes, Zhangfei and also Long together in the same draft. You know, draft-wise, I do.
It comes back to
Okay. Game 5. Looking at it, lamang Impunity. Mas maganda yung... pero again, walang hard CC. Makasya lang sila kay XCU. On poke. And... sila lakas ng T5. Pero mas maganda yung uh, lineup ng PC. So let's see. Para siya
This Xiaolin, right? Is he able to task ahead of you?
Be the game that sets yourself in.
Yeah, this is gonna be this is the game changer, right? Winning game 5 sets the tone, knowing that you have only one more game, and it's gonna be arduous. It's gonna be stressful. Getting yourself the national, being able to bounce back and to turn this into a tie series speaks. Games did not look good. But getting them in this situation, they got to be feeling great, and winning game 5 would be huge for this morale, the morale of this team.
Pretty standard on the farm lane, but I was also looking over at the clash lane. X0 went for a wave cutting in between T1 and T2, so he's trying out something different this time. But will it affect Chami 1 too much? Not yet, because we're still very early in the game. Maybe just by a little bit. Let's see who gets this one. Okay, it's X0.
Yeah, well, okay, so Chami 1 needs to do a couple of things. He's not the initiator that he once was with like the Dharma or the Mayins and the types, but he can split push. I think that he wants to ensure that he creates as much space as possible. He needs to be aggressive and to ensure that, as much he's pushing out a lane almost the entire game.
That's a good point there. So if he focuses on split push, much more
from just split story, I don't think that that's going to be really very quick, right? So the potential.
In order to manage that.
Oh, nice umbrella outburst. Oh, the battlefield command.
For even thinking about initiating fights.
Oh,
very, very carefully before even thinking about initiating fights.
Oh, nice umbrella outburst. Oh, the battlefield command, the stampede. This is the surprise. Chami 1 trying to set it up, but he's like, actually, that was a little underwhelming. Liu Bang's not as good as Dharma.
Okay. I see the idea, but the execution could be a little bit cleaner. But at the same time, it's fine because it's still the first few minutes. If they don't get anything out of that, that's fine.
Yeah.
For Shaz, he can still easily or quickly stack up his madness.
No, I mean, it's when the moment happened, it was a really good idea because you're pushing to do that damage. They need that follow-up, and yet it's still a bit early, so they're not really.
At least they've shown better outbursts. They have that idea,
right? They've seen just how we proceed in our own jungle because that could potentially happen, especially if they're off the map, right? Radar warnings need to be happening. So that said, I think that it's something to take note of. The surprise.
50-50. And look at the tower is just cutting off waves, and at any point of time, like
just ensure that it doesn't get pushed too hard. But with this 4 minutes and 30 seconds, this is a potential tyrant fight. Ashing making his way across, but it looks like X0 thought about going for the teleport, but with Liu Bang split pushing or cutting the creeps, excuse me, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for X0 to make any sort of rotation.
Okay, Juicy was on top. He's going for the Overlord instead. Yeah. So the other players from Blacklist, they are just buying time at the bottom, and there's going to be a free Overlord for them.
Yeah, smart. I mean, realizing that, hey, Impunity were kind of sticking around. They were looking to protect that Tyrant as much as possible. But, hey, the Overlord actually is free because X0 is all the way stuck up on the T1, wasn't able to make any sort of rotation or to provide any vision. But now Ashing looking to go. He does some damage, but he's been frozen in place. He's been pushed back by Lam, but here's the battlefield command. That will stop most of this.
Okay, that almost became the first blood there underneath the tower, but good thing is that Ashing, he is a Byron, he is tanky, he's able to walk away.
Yeah, he needs to stay alive, right? At the end of the day, it's going to be key for him. But now, look, if we're looking at what Megumi and Up are doing. They're looking to rotate in the top lane, and then they're like, okay, you want to put a little bit of pressure top, Chami? Okay, we'll send in our farm laner there. He's going to stick around regardless, but now the bottom T1 is looking to go down.
And now Chami 1, not as comfortable as he used to be. They're pushing him back around because they know that someone need to deal with Chami 1. Yes, his main role is just to shove out the waves. He's not a real big threat yet, but if you allow him to do that, he will just continue to scale and he could punish them back later on.
Yeah, and I mean, look at the little bit of pressure in the bottom T2. Use a little map control, exert a little dominance with this one, and Just still up in front. Nice push away, ensures that he gets the Crimson over the wall, but Ashing wants revenge. He's going to actually dodge at least the stun for that one, but Ashing stays alive.
And he does not have the damage yet, so as much as he would have wanted to probably get a pick off, he's not ready yet. Pressure, as long as
she's done a good. This is damaging this turn. Look at the battlefield.
He's all the way at the bottom, and 3 heroes. The tie will be.
That was a nice play by Blacklist. Turned it around, but Dragon going down. You take 0 losses, you ensure that you get the Tyrant as well, and turned it around, but Dragon going down, giving up first blood, and it looks like, oh, they're not able to get Golden Kite, who was very low, but Dragon and Megumi both traded.
Yeah, he does have the Infinite Bastards as an insurance policy in case he needs to use it, but he kept it well. He didn't press the trigger button, and he still has it, so he could still redeploy it as an offensive measure when he needs it.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have. It's obviously keep him safe and everything, but it's one of those situations where like he just needs to play a little bit safer, ensure that he's able to get that farm. Golden Kite is the type of player where he doesn't want to be seen on the map for like the first 15 minutes. Just give him as much farm as possible and space so that he can do it. But it looks like they're going to go for this bomb. Oh, the Battlefield Command Chammy gets it up, and Megumi gets knocked up with that Unbridled Outburst. They've got 3 members, and Just G with this Lam is getting those kills, and he's got a double.
Am I hearing some love for Lam now?
I am giving love.
Oh.
I am giving love. It's based on the player, it's based on the draft, and the fact that there were no other good junglers at this stage, and now they're taking the bottom T3. So Blacklist International, good draft. It took me a minute to realize that they're actually digging really deep in the jungle pool.
Oh man, and if I when we had a glance of the items earlier on, so I see he had the Blazing Cape, which is fine, but now the problem is not about like whether you can win team fights or not, or whether by, and then the Battlefield Command comes in, and then they pick a fight with 5 of them together against Impunity.
Yeah, it's incredibly underwhelming. When people are able to farm, like Justy and Golden Kite, and even Dragon can kind of go, right? They don't have to worry about sure that they get those kills.
Useful against us. They have to find a way around it. Staying in front is just making sure that they are zoned out, and that's all he needs to do. Opening up the space for Jushi to secure the next Tyrant, and another freebie goes to them.
Yeah, but look at, you're talking about how Chaz is positioned. He's up front. He's been seen, so that they're like, oh, Blacklist International are all sticking together. They're in our jungle. But again, right under their noses, Just G takes the free Tyrant, pushed out by Chammy in the top lane as well, with Golden Kites kind of just on the backside of that one. So they've done a great job of playing this macro game that's also kind of deceiving. Like, Impunity right now don't know where everyone is. It's kind of scary, and Just G is what? Level 15 compared to Ashing's level 12.
What? Level 15 is at least 3 levels above most of the heroes from Impunity. This is crazy right now. And he's coming from the back.
Yeah, he's looking to go for this one. The force field suppression stopping most of this one, and it looks like X Hero will just kind of use that. Just a bit of a wasted ult, forcing out ults, getting the objectives, and walking.
That's why they're not engaging directly yet on the Blacklist International. But Blacklist says, oh, you don't want to come out and play? We'll come to you.
Yeah, we'll come to you and eat some flaming palms on those T3s. The mid one has been down. The base is barren. The crystal is the only thing standing right now. Impunity trying to figure out how to stymie the bleeding, but with only 4-1, Blacklist International have played a perfect macro game.
Oh, and at least he didn't overextend.
Unbridled Outburst. Oh, but the Battlefield Command right on top of this. So Xingling actually is going to flash away. But they do have the Ocean of Tears slowing Ashing down. Alt have been committed, but it looks like they're just going to back off and take the Overlord instead.
Okay, he can expand the Unbridled Outburst just because of the level of control that they have right now. The waves are shoved in. Impunity will not be able to contest for the Shadow Overlord, and Jushi will happily take that. Now, this...
I mean, but at this point, we're sold, and look at how dark it is.
Yeah. But how are they going to come out? Okay, this is going to be another problem. They don't have that kind of hero that can go front, they can open up the lights for them. Whereas for Blacklist, they have the Zhang Fei, and Zhang Fei is doing that right now. So how is Impunity going to counter? It's going to be really difficult. Now, we might see an engagement really soon. They have arrived.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at the Impunity draft, okay, here, look at the go, the Unbridled Outburst connecting onto 2 on the backside and up. Oh, he's been deleted. No real chance. Ashing is still up in front. The fountain on back. The infinite fastness. He's going to be on the side. He's looking for the flank. The base is starting to get focused in. It's about half-life. They need to be careful. And it looks like they've got an X-Hero. Mark that one down. And it looks like Dragon is going to be killed in return. Xiao Lin has been killed. Chammy is doing some work on the backside. They don't have the minions. Impunity looking to just kind of slow this game. But here's the next wave of Vanguards. They want to get the kills as well as the base. And Blacklist International will... this draft?
huh?
Wait, who is the
Luba?
farm laner? What is going on? Is it? Wait, what?
Huh?
Guan Yu, Clash,
Um,
Liu Bang, Gui Gui Zui? Like, is Gui Gui Zui the farm laner?
I'm starting to get worried right now for Impunity. Yet, okay, their only long range right now is Noah. Guihusa
So
is the
Lam
farm
farm
lane.
lane. Up is the farm laner. Lam.
Nagkamali
wait.
sila dito ng Q&A.
Yeah,
Lam
Megumi's the role. Ashing, man, like and running.
and the
You like it's just like literally it's got a club and it's just running at you, right? That's all they want to do is they want to beat you up. They want to kill you.
a brawler title draft. It's like just go at it, just go at it, and they need to go at it because this is match point for Blacklist International. Let's go!
Are they able to do this? Game 6, so much on the line. Impunity playing for their tournament lives. They want to push it to a game 7, open things back up, but this draft is very unconventional.
Hang on. Lam is holding the smite. And where is he now? No, he's playing the jungle role.
He's jungling. Okay, okay.
Uh,
So
okay.
wait, hang on. So it's going to be X Hero top, and then Ashing bottom, and they're just going to isolate, and then, let Megumi just roam. Okay, okay. So they're just
Okay.
going to be like, yeah. We don't, this is the I don't need a farm laner draft.
Okay. Benefit of the doubt, they are the pros. They know what they're doing. Like what you
Do
said, this
they?
could be the best
Do they
draft.
now?
Oh, come on. We gotta give them the respect, right? They're up on stage. That's why they're up on stage playing, and that's why we're behind the camera.
Respect
talking.
is earned, okay? If Impunity win without a farm laner, they will earn my respect. But until then, I am questioning this draft.
Okay, Impunity, let's go. Well, okay, what
I
would
will
you
do
do
a
if?
handstand if they win.
Okay, let's go. I am all in for Impunity now, just because I want to see that hit stat.
It's suspect. There's no way. This is a crazy lineup, and I know I need to be neutral here, but this is so crazy off the wall that I'm like, even Golden Kite is like, dude, really? None of you guys have a gun? Like, you can't range anybody? Like, really?
Yeah. They were switching up the lanes, right? So, oh man,
Yeah.
Ashing, farming, oh man. Okay, I really need some time to just digest this, but let them play out. Okay, they again am being positive about it. They are the pros. They know what they're doing. Prove us wrong.
Yeah. No. I mean, look, it's again the caveman strat. Like, if it worked, like the pay. Impunity really want to run at you and group up, which
Hey, you know why the caveman survived the test of time, right? That's why we're still here. So,
all right. But in the duels,
don't know how you relate.
look, there's gonna be so much pressure on Up. This is his game, right? Can this Lam really make an impact, take over the game, find the back line? Because they are squishy. Golden Kite and Chaz, if he gets on them, but it really comes back to this, Dragon.
But their strategy list, they have better farming. They are 1k ahead right now, and I believe that's also because like they have like the pay, who's very fast moving around the map to.
Jossie! Oh,
And Impunity, they're starting to lead the lane.
they get first blood.
Oh!
Jossie! Oh, he gets killed here. Chammy, he has a force field suppression, but that's a nice shot from Shaolin from downtown.
Woo. Okay. I wasn't prepared for that, frankly speaking. It's like all of a sudden we see the first blood on screen, but all right. Impunity, they want to shut people up.
Yeah, they want to shut people up, and they've also, not only do they have invented the wheel on this draft, but Nua, basically, that's fire, right? So they've got everything that you want as a good caveman, huh? Fire and wheels.
Okay. Now I get it. Took me a while.
Oh, but they found Jammy. They've got the numbers, but are they able to kill him? Yes, they are. And then, here's the whirlpool. Do they get revenge? Up is being focused in. He gets targeted. He gets killed. And Megumi goes down as well. But here's the Razor Cavalry looking to go. The Battlefield Command onto Ashing. Does have the shields, but it looks like 2 members are down from Impunity.
Okay, so it's 2 for 2 now. But Blacklist, they have a little bit of goal advantage. Still.
Ito yung pagiging
Okay, Pei is
problema
just doing
nila.
Pei things. He's going in to steal the buff. He got that. He'll clear off the jungle. And I can see Jushi. All right. Jushi is going to be the big problem for Impunity. Number one is that how are they going to catch up to him? Number two, if he continues to farm like this and to scale, at some point, I don't know if they'll have enough
Ito
damage
yung
out.
magiging problem nila.
This is the MO of Blacklist, though, right? Just provide space, put pressure elsewhere, and then let Justy just kind of do Justy things, which is farm, and then he will carry the game and put you in a position to win. He's the type where he needs that space. I think Blacklist have done a good job thus far. They're sticking to their MO.
Okay, waiting in the bush. Is Chaz jumping onto up? If he overextends, they might do it.
Yeah, but I think that, you know, he senses something, right? Chaz gonna actually ride the wind back to his own bush. He's gonna be fine for this one, but Golden Kite needs that farm at in the same way of Justy. You know, Golden Kite is also a win condition, but they're a step behind, at least in terms of this jungle clear.
Both sides a lot. But at the same time, if they go for that,
Oh, they're going in. Oh, they get the stomp in. The Battlefield Command. Ashin gets the kill on the Dragon. He's not able to see him fade away, and Justy goes down as well. And the cavemen are strong when they work together.
And that is what they want. The target. Jushi, you get the jungler. No smite. Overlord is ours.
They took it. They took the Overlord. This is looking very strong for Impunity. Able to bounce back. But net worth, they're behind. Mind you, a lot of this is on the backbone of, the back of up. Oh, they're going in. They're looking to find Megumi. Not able to do anything because he goes out of sight.
That was close. It was like down to like what, 20% of health? Okay. Good thing that Blacklist, they don't have enough damage at that point. They probably weren't expecting that. The fact that they got that poke, the fact that they managed to send back Megumi, I think it's already well.
Yeah, very well done. Yeah, I mean, just surviving. He's providing that vision. He's like, what, 10 points on that vision score. So he's provided a decent amount. That's what you want to do. But it's a little bit of fear, right? When, like, we're talking about I mean, we make jokes that there's no real ranged hero other than the Shaolin. But Megumi can kind of cover a lot of that, some of the issues, right? The fact that his entire team can go stealth could potentially be a problem. But now Blacklist International playing a little bit more standard, looking to just close things out. They take the bottom T2.
Yeah, and the fact that they needed the Sparkforce Dagger onto Golden Kite, that will allow them to push waves even faster. And not only the waves, even the Tyrant, they can take it quick as well. And it will fall to the hands of Blacklist, uncontested by Impunity.
Yeah, we'll take that one out. A little bit of pressure in the top lane with that Vanguard, but Impunity making their way downtown into the mid lane here, and they're just going to wait for the next minion wave. They definitely want to close out that T1, which is kind of like teetering on the edge.
Look at the bottom right, it's almost all gone. T2 falls to the hands of Blacklist, Impunity. See someone.
You know, another thing about the melee versus range thing, right? You know, Ashing Will means ensuring that, hey, Shaolin and Up continue to farm.
Blacklist International still holding it strong, and we're seeing here, is he gonna go for Shammy? Okay, no, it's just more of a scout.
He's going to hit that critical mass where once he gets going, and he's able to find that pickoff, because they do have a decent amount of control, something to take note of.
Okay, speaking about pickup, they saw Dragon.
Oh, they found him, but it looks like they're going to run off Ashing. They got the knock up onto him. They got the kill. Justy has the damage, and they'll take this one off. The force field suppression by Chammy. They're going to put a little bit of pressure on this mid T1. They'll force it down. They're trying to stay alive. Megumi, the Storm Strike is real. They do have the nice little knockout. Megumi's going to be killed, but do they have enough? Golden Kite is here. They're trying to cut the wave, but they don't have the minions, and that will slow things down.
And Up came in, fine, but what we saw is that he does not have the amount of damage. And the matter of fact is that they don't have the space to farm, so it's getting difficult for Up to scale in damage.
It's getting a little bit tough, but again, like, look, we'll let Golden Kite do that damage. He'll force it down, put a little bit of pressure on that mid T1. Not able to get that one, but with the Tyrant here starting up, Justy, he's the man, right? He's level 14, still higher on pace in terms of levels over Up, who's level 13, who's fallen behind. They're looking to burn this down as quickly as possible. Ashing thought about going in, but Justy will pick up the Shadow Tyrant here.
Yeah, it's still perfect objectives here by Blacklist International. And Impunity looking for the next pick of it. They saw
Oh, they got the out of sight. They're going to go. They found Chaz, but they didn't get the pick off.
Oh,
Ashing
no.
now has been caught out again. The Battlefield Command right on top of him, keeping him alive. Impunity trying to go for those kills, trying to go for those group out of sight plays with the Guguzi. Not able to do it. And unfortunately, another attack that was thwarted by Blacklist.
Yeah, they expanded their skills and they didn't get anything out of it. Blacklist International, they saw that window, they saw that opening, they countered upon them, and that was how they were pushed back. Good thing is that nobody went out, but they lost their tower.
Yeah, lost the tower on this one, but now Ashing, again, trying to defend, won't defend the top T2.
Oh.
In the mid lane, they do have some damage. Up is starting to do some work, but Chammy survives. Oh, he's so low. Okay, he's got the force field suppression, the Sea of Fate on out of there. He's playing with my heart, and he does survive. Woo.
Oh, okay. Please don't play with Holler's heart, okay? All right. We still need him. We still need him. But
Just for now, at least for this game, man.
and again, and the shield.
Yeah. Go on. Okay, but look at this. Like, Impunity right now, like, they don't want to be playing defensive. They're like all in favor of to kind of get that farm because, again, up is your win condition now. So he needs to, like, if he's trying to get that pick off and you want up to do it, you got to get him a little bit more farm, and you got to create opportunities where the rest of the team can kind of reposition them and stun them for up to just kind of burn them down.
Okay, the best person to create opportunity for up is going to be X-Hero. Because he can shove up the waves and he can come back with the Battlefield Command. So he is their best bet right now to open up that space. If he is not able to do that, then I worry for up.
Yeah, I definitely, I mean, he's like in his base, right? They're all like sharing farm at this moment. Ashing is looking to split push, but with that Shadow Vanguard pushing bottom, there's going to be very little opportunity to go for that flank. And that's kind of what Blacklist are looking. They're doubling back, they're trying the map. So they have the team to kind of get in, but here's the whirlpool. It looks like the Blacklist International are going to look to push the bottom.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time right now, right? If Impunity oversteps, then that's it. They will go all in. But before that, they take down the tower. That's going to be the main objective. Bottom is out. And shift their focus to mid.
Ensuring that they got that, slowly choke them out, so to speak.
And up is not able to farm. He is probably the rest
Oh,
of the
Megumi, they're looking to go. They found him, they pushed him back, they found the right initiation, they found Chaz though, but is that enough? Xiaolin is a little bit low, needs to be a little bit careful on this one. They're pushing him back, but the Vanguards are now pushing. The base is actually taking some damage, and Impunity are on the prowl. They have the stealth, they have the out of sight, but they are doing a great job of this retreat.
Okay, this has to be it, right? Impunity has to come up. They have to open up the map right now. They see Pei in front of them. No, they're not going to jump in yet, but Blacklist, they have the same idea. Look at their position. They're waiting for Impunity to overstep.
Yeah, but like Impunity have to force something, right? Chaz is up in about 5 seconds. This is a window of opportunity, especially since all lanes are going to go. But with the force field suppression, Megumi's going to get bursted as well as up, and that might have been it. They're looking to go the Battlefield Command onto Xiaolin, but Xiaolin is going to be killed, and he will trade, but that's going to be just life number 1. He will be back. X-Hero has been killed, and Blacklist, off of the triple kill of Joshi, are looking to march down. They have the super minions. They will take the base, they will take the series, and they will win over Impunity 4-2.
What an insane comeback by Blacklist International! Feeding off the power of the supporters, the home ground fans coming in with their banners, and now they're paying back to the fans out there, to the home ground fans, that they're able to do it against Impunity.
Blacklist International going into this one, we were questioning how much resolve they have. Were they going to be resilient when their backs were on the wall? They have proved me, as well as everyone else, wrong just about how to up this team.
Now, with the fans.
See?
So Liu Bang.
That's it, guys. You see the champions Black is come back from 2-0 to 4-2. You see again, let's check natin for tomorrow if may banger games or mukhang susubaybayan lang natin si Blacklist. And thank you everyone for watching. See you again tomorrow.